This car is literally hot off the plane from Germany. It landed at LAX 2 days ago and didn't have to quarantine. It's the new entry-level Porsche Taycan. It goes on sale in spring, priced a little under $80,000. It's rear-wheel drive like a proper Porsche, and it still has 402 horsepower in launch control mode. In this film, we're going to tell you more about the car, then we're going to drag race it against Edmund's very own Tesla Model Y, driven by one Mr. Carlos Lago.
So why the Model Y and not the Model S? Well, Tesla, among many things, continues to deliver a really good electric bang for the buck, and this car is no exception. We also thought it funny that, to put up a compact SUV against that Porsche right there. This Model Y is the performance version. We own it. It's actually part of our long-term test fleet. You can see more about it at the links below, including videos with me talking about the pros and cons of this vehicle. But it costs about $70,000, which makes it close in terms of price to that Porsche. Now I'm going to throw to Alistair so we can talk more about what makes that Taycan. But if you like this video and want to see more like it, make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment. Also visit edmunds.com/sellmycar to get an instant cash offer on your car.
So to create the standard Taycan, Porsche has taken away the front motor from the Taycan 4S, and in doing so taken away the all-wheel drive and taken 200 pounds off the curb weight. They've also taken $25,000 off the price of the Taycan 4S to create a standard Taycan priced at a little under $80,000.
All right.
At Edmunds, we do read your comments. We know that many of you just want us to cut out all the chat and jump straight to the racing. And if that's the case, you can click on the chapter break below and we'll go straight to race one. But, if you're really interested in the car and you appreciate my witticisms, then indulge me for a moment and I'll tell you all about the new Porsche. The lack of all-wheel drive might be an issue if you're living in the snowbelt, but to be honest, if you're here in California like most Taycans are, it's unlikely to make any difference whatsoever. All it might do, in fact, is improve the car's efficiency. There's no official EPA rating yet for the base Taycan, but it should better the 4S's rating of 199 miles. And if you are concerned about range, you can always opt for the long-range battery pack that adds an extra $6,000, but also introduces more horsepower. Bear in mind that when we put the 4S through the Edmunds EV range test, it achieved an extraordinary 323 miles. So let's just say the range of this car should be plentiful. And so to the conclusion, would I have a standard Taycan or should I upgrade to a 4S or even a turbo? Honestly, it all depends on your priorities. If you live in the snowbelt, then maybe you need the all-wheel drive, and maybe you must have that extra punch of acceleration. But honestly, is it worth $25,000? For me, no. As a road car, I think it's just superb. Yes, $80,000 plus a few Porsche options, and you're going to be playing close to $100,000. But hey, in Porsche terms, that makes it almost a bargain. Anyway, enough of me wittering on trying to be a proper journalist. Let's get to the bit that people really care about. How will it drag race?
Hey Alistair, so 3 questions about that Taycan. How much power does it have? How much does it weigh? And what's the launch control like?
So I'll start with question 2. It weighs 4,500 and about 60 pounds. So I think it's about 150 pounds heavier than your Tesla. Now the power's a trick thing because it has 321 horsepower in normal life, but then for launch control, it has like an overboost function which takes it to 402 for 2 seconds, which might just be enough. What was the third question?
How does the launch control work?
Yes, the launch controller. So drive mode into Sport Plus, then foot on the brake, and then it will kickstart the systems, and then I put my foot on the throttle and it activates launch control, and away we go. You have the optional air suspension, which this does, which is a $2,000 option thereabouts. The whole car will sort of hunker down as well, which is kind of cool.
How very theatrical. So this Model Y is slightly lighter, surprisingly. Tesla doesn't say how much horsepower this car has, so I've got no power rating and you've got 2. And in terms of launch control, I just hit the go pedal as hard as I can, as quickly as I can.
So typically crude American engineering then?
I'd call it American pragmatism.
So this is a tough one to call. It's all about how much that overboost actually helps me get off the line. He's got all-wheel drive, I've only got rear-wheel drive. Will that make much difference in cars that weigh this much? Probably not. I'd say I'm 50-50.
I'm gonna wipe the floor with that Porsche.
Should we do this?
I think so.
Counting down in 3, 2, 1, go!
That's a bit more conclusive than what I thought.
Not even close.
106 miles an hour at the end.
Alistair, I'm afraid to say that wasn't even close.
I was actually kind of surprised by how big the gap was.
Did it leave the line hard? I mean, you've got launch control with air suspension and all that launch control and 2 power levels and all that.
Yeah, I think I got a bit of wheel spin because of rear-wheel drive rather than all-wheel drive. But I felt sophisticated though.
Well, it's fashionable to arrive late, right? Even if it's the finish line.
I arrived in style.
I think on the second run, I'm going to give you like a head start of like a second or two. What do you think?
Much as it pains me, I think I probably need it.
Okay, drivers, you ready? Give me a honk, please.
He's going to go on 1. I'm going to go on
You
go.
rolling?
That should be enough. Make this race a little more interesting.
Okay, drivers. Race in 3, 2, 1, go!
It's a little delayed.
Oh, I was a bit slow on the off.
Bye-bye.
Oh.
Bye-bye, Mr. Porsche. Bye.
Once this thing's up and running, there's not actually much in it. I think it's just got a bit more traction with the old all-wheel drive. I was a bit slow on the uptake then. I forgot that I was going on 1, not going on go.
I don't think it matters. I think we can say that with some confidence that in a drag race, the top of the line performance Tesla Model Y is faster than the base model Porsche Taycan. Is that a fair assessment?
I think so. The interesting thing is, it'd be interesting if we do a roll race now, because actually once you're up and running, you're faster off the line. I think the all-wheel drive definitely helps. But then once it's up and running, you don't really go away.
I think we should try exactly that. So now we're going to do a roll-on race. We're both going to get up to about 30 miles an hour and then cross the start line, nail the go pedal as we do so to see if the gap stays the same as the race continues, to see if how much this race is based on the launch.
Okay, 30 miles an hour. I'm not even level.
And there's the horsepower. There's the horsepower.
Oh, man. Next time I need to bring a Turbo S.
I think it's just a horsepower advantage.
Yeah.
Alistair, there's nothing quite like the sound of quiet defeat.
I'm just taking in my synthetic electric motor noise.
Do that all you wish. I'll be waiting for you at the finish line.
Yeah, that was pretty conclusive, to be honest. Much more conclusive than I thought it was going to be.
I guess memo is, if you want the fastest EV you can get for about $70,000 or $80,000, it's probably going to be a Tesla.
That's true, at least until the Mustang Mach-E GT arrives before too long, a couple of months.
I think we should drag race those, yeah?
Don't give the game away.
Shh, keep it a secret. We might drag race a Model Y with a Mustang Mach-E.
Yeah, I think it would be the most interesting and original editorial idea of all time.